Hi everybody and welcome back yet again to another drum playthrough review. Thank you everyone for tuning in and stopping by. It's great to have everybody here. And for those of you brand new, hi and welcome. It's Nick. I'm a drummer and a multi-instrumentalist, and we do these videos so that way we can learn from the best, take their technique, and use that to better ourselves as musicians. We're doing another drum review today, and I had this guy suggest to me in one of the comments of one of my previous videos, and they said if you want to see a real drummer, you need to check out this guy. And I've heard some positive things about this dude. I don't know whether or not 100% of what he does is legit. I'm not super familiar with this guy. I have heard of the bands that he's played with though, and I have a very good feeling about, you know, whenever I have somebody recommend me a comment where it says, hey, you need to check this guy out because he's legit, usually that means some pretty good sauce. Usually it means that, yeah, they're pretty much legit. Now, of course, there are some people where they don't really know the difference between like a legit drummer, but usually when I do a review and I'm talking about how a drummer is not really that great, and then they say, oh, you need to check out this drummer, he's legit, that says enough for me. Plus, I just trust my audience for the most part. I know you guys are usually not that dumb. So today we're going to be checking out the drummer for a couple of bands. He's played with Brain Drill, he's played, I believe, with Vital Remains, if that's correct, and a few other bands. He's known for Insane Speeds. He's had Insane Speeds for forever. And this dude is just an absolute powerhouse when it comes to death metal. He goes by the name of Lord Marco, and we will see truly if he is indeed a lord of the drums. He's doing a playthrough here. This one really caught my eye on his channel. Lord Marco, no triggers and blindfolded. That's a pretty bold claim right there. And this is something I have tried personally to do, is playing with a blindfold on. It is very tough, I will say that for sure. But immediately that caught my eye and I figured we need to check this out. The song that he's doing a cover of is Honhao Minal. I think that's how you say it. I'm sure that's the band name, or maybe it's the solo artist. I'm not 100% sure. The song name is Creador y Formador. It's Spanish. Anyway, we're going to get into this dude's playthrough. I want to see what this is about. If this is truly going to be an absolutely insane, triggerless, blindfolded cover, I'm all about it. So let's go ahead and get in to see what Lord Marco's all about. Alrighty. Well, without further ado, ladies and gents, we're going to get right into this video. So already we got sponsors from Peisty, Vic Firth, and Vratum, where Vratum is a drum shoe company, by the way. They're excellent. So, yeah, I'm ready. I do like the setup though that he's doing for this video, because it's like low-key, a little bit goofy, where he's just like, you know, and then he's gonna go do whatever he needs to do to set up. So yeah, there's his triggers. Good stuff. Taking them off. You see though how easy it is though to hide some of those triggers? They can just hide right there. It literally just looks like he's just popping them off right there. Throws them in a little, oh, that's labeled garbage. Very nice. That's like kind of a graffiti style, maybe. Bye-bye triggers. And I do notice that he does have his kit mic'd up on each one of his toms, so that is good. More than likely, we're probably going to be getting the raw sound from the toms right there. It's going to be a good setup. Let's make things really crazy. And now he puts on the blindfold. I mean, I guess you can still kind of see out the bottom, but at the same time, when it's kind of pushing on your eyes, you don't really want to open them to try and look. It kind of would hurt. So, I believe him. I believe him. All right, well, let's get into it, fellas. Let's see what he says. He says he's ready. Bro. That is fast. Immediately, that's wow. Just looking at his technique too, just like right off the bat, it looks like that his left hand he's using mostly fingers, a little bit of wrist involved, just a little bit of, you know, wrist motion with it. But then when it comes to his right hand, it's just mostly coming from his wrist. He's keeping his fingers open to bounce that stick, right? But he's using mostly wrist with it. This is just straight up black metal. I think this guy's legit, honestly, at this point. His kicks sound really good too, though, actually. His kicks do sound pretty good. I can't quite see what his foot technique is. Let me just see if I can... It looks like kind of... I can barely see it. It looks like he's kind of doing a little bit of a swivel. So he might be doing swivel. I don't know. I can barely see it, though. That's the thing. The quality of the video and just how dark it is down by where the feet are, I can't exactly tell whether or not he's doing a swivel motion or not. That is blazingly fast, though. I do want to pause just for a quick second, though, and just talk about that. Like, he just comes right out the gate and just goes immediately for it. Like, that takes a lot of years of practice. That doesn't happen overnight. A lot of that stuff is just him practicing for years and years on like a practice pad or something like that, just so that way he can build that good coordination. He can build that fast twitch muscle in his fingers and in his wrist and whatnot. It takes a lot of time. So if you're seeing this as a brand new drummer, don't get discouraged because you can't play like this. This guy has been playing for many years, and it takes some time. So just be patient. You'll get there eventually. Just keep on putting in the hard work, and trust me, my friend, it will pay off. Just a little mid video word of encouragement, because I know there are some drummers, well, they'll see something like that and they'll be like, oh my god, I can't play something like that. I'll never be able to. Well, that's not true. Just practice as much as you can. Practice perfect technique too as well. That always helps. Easiest part of the song for him right now. Excuse me. I mean, that's pretty clean, I will say. Okay, that's an interesting pattern. So he's doing a gallop on his ride cymbal, he's going on his snare drum, so it's like that's kind of interesting. That's an interesting pattern. I don't really hear too many people do that. I haven't really heard that before. I'm sure it's probably common in the genre that he plays. And then right back to that. That's just ridiculous. That's pretty good though, I will say. That's insanely good speed. But you notice even for a song like this, there is a lot of dynamics to go along with it. And there is a lot of different things to take into consideration as far as like dynamically how the song changes. It's not just going to be blast beats and double bass all the time. They're going to change it up a little bit and make some parts go a little softer. That's good for the drummer, especially because you can take a break. And if you are a drummer, the best thing to do during times like that is to take breaks. Focus on breathing, shake out your arms and whatnot, help get some of that lactate out of your muscles. And that's ridiculous right there. That's a good little tom fill right there. Or not tom fill, cymbal fill. And he's got a tiny little snare too. I think that's got to be like what is it, 12, 13 inch? Small. I mean, just listen to that. That one hand is hitting the cymbal. That's quick. That's pretty darn good, my guy. That's insanely darn good. Yeah, so that is the band right there. Well, let's let the little bar go away from the YouTube thing just so that way it can show. Yeah, it says Hanhal Mitnal. I think that's how it's pronounced. Yeah. Hanhal Mitnal, Creador y Formador. So, if you want to go listen to the original song, obviously go do that. I always encourage that you go support the original work. And if you want to give Mr. Lord Marco a follow, I'm going to link his channel and all that down below because absolutely phenomenal. What a beast, dude. All right, let's do a really quick breakdown. So, obviously, we got a lot of wrist motion, a lot of finger motion and whatnot. We already talked about that. I couldn't exactly tell what his feet were doing just because of, you know, angles and lighting and whatnot. He didn't have a foot cam set up or anything like that. I assume just kind of based on what I could barely see with it, he was probably doing a little bit of a swivel. And more than likely when you're doing swivel or anything like that, you're going to have your beater tension and all that set up pretty high because you want to have a good prompt response from your pedal board. So just keep that in mind when you're doing some pedal settings or anything like that. When you're just thinking about, you know, hey, what kind of technique do I want to use, whether it's double strokes, swivel, straight up ankle motion, full leg, or anything like that. Just consider, you know, your pedal settings and whatnot, see what you want to accomplish in your technique, and then just, you know, change your pedal settings to match. But yeah, he didn't seem tense at all during that entire thing. He seemed very loose. And honestly, a lot of that stuff, like I will say, is just a lot of practice. A lot of speed drills, a lot of pyramid exercises and stuff like that. What I'll continue to say for all the new drummers that are out there, if you are struggling with feeling like you can't achieve a certain speed or anything like that, or feeling like you're never going to be good as these, you know, you're never going to be as good as some of these other top tier drummers that are out there, just keep in reminder that these top tier drummers have been playing for a very, very, very long time. And they've put in countless hours of blood, sweat, tears, a lot of frustration, a lot of breakdowns, a lot of feeling like they want to give up and never touch their instrument again in order to get to where they are today. It doesn't just happen overnight. So just remember to keep those things in mind next time you pick up your instrument and you're feeling frustrated. You may not be able to perform at the same level as these guys. It takes time and a lot of practice. So make sure that you're just putting in a lot of good practice, practicing proper technique, not injuring yourself or anything like that, and just taking it easy on yourself. It takes a little bit of time in order to build all that into your muscle memory and build all that into your system. Don't be in too much of a rush to get to one place. Just focus on learning the proper technique first, and then you can take it up to the next level. Because yeah, you can get all the speed in the world that you want, but if you don't have the proper technique to accompany that, it goes to waste. So yeah, that's a phenomenal job, Lord Marco. Absolutely. Like I said, I'm going to link his channel down below and in the little end screen part right over there. Just like you said on the video, no clickbait there, no triggers, no blindfold. That was pretty sick. And with everything being said, y'all, that's the end of this video. So be sure to subscribe, like, and comment, and all that good stuff. Share your thoughts down below, what you thought of Lord Marco's playthrough. Don't forget also to check out the other videos I got on my channel and all the playlists that I got as well. And with all that being said, y'all, thanks for tuning in and stopping by. It's always great to have you guys here. And I'll see y'all on the next video. So cheers and have a great rest of your night.